Honey and lemon. It's doing wonders for me throat because that's been knackered. Probably rotting my teeth, like. Just fill my centre gills with paracetamol and been supping that, and I feel a little bit better. Though it's funny, innit? As night falls, you can start to feel this thing going again. Through Iver needle and all. Says to her earlier, says, "Oh, if you nipped at shop, why don't you get a bottle of wine?" She says, "Oh, should you be drinking really if you're not feeling well?" I says, "Not for a drink, I just need a spare Coke, honestly." Quick review, Wednesday 0, Plymouth 0, FA Cup. Goes to a replay. So we started the game with a very similar team to the one that faced Sunderland on Saturday, and fair play, I thought, well done to Darren Moore, because with the way things have gone this season, I wouldn't have been surprised to see 6, 7, 8 changes, especially for the cup game. But it was a very similar side, everything was the same apart from we had the one change up top. Berahino came in for Gregory. I was a bit frustrated with that actually, because I thought there were real signs on Saturday of a partnership developing between Gregory and Canberra. I thought they worked well as a pair. I thought they were holding the ball up well between them. They were linking quite well, but most importantly, I thought they were closing down as a pair. Today, I'm looking. One's going, one's staying. I keep seeing them looking across the line. Why aren't you going and all that? And I said that was a shame. But I could understand it. That's the one change aside, I can understand that though, because Gregory's 33 years old, he's our top scorer, big game against Gillingham last week, he's played most of the games, he's going to play most of the games, he's our best goal threat, so I could understand that change. I don't think it really worked though. And it's a shame, and it's amazing that one change can make a difference to a side, because I thought we were resolute at the back, thought we were solid in midfield, thought we held a good shape. But up front, that final third, I thought that's actually where we were lacking. And it's only one player, but it can make a hell of a difference. Now, it's a game that probably not many people cared about. First round at FA Cup, blah, blah, blah. But I thought it actually worked as a useful exercise in seeing how far we've come in the last month, because it is less than a month since we went down there and they give us an absolute schooling. Played us off the park. The lad down there, Broom in midfield, completely dominated our lads. Completely running the show. The front pair were too much for us to handle, give us headaches all afternoon. Today, a lot more resolute. Didn't dominate the midfield in the same way. A draw's probably a fair result, but I would say that I thought Wednesday probably had the better opportunities to nick it in that second half today. To be fair to Darren Moore, I thought he made nice early substitutions. We see a lot of managers, 70, 75 minutes, they start warming subs up. Nice, bright, early subs, which I'll stick up for him for that. I think that has been something that he has consistently done since he's been here. I know a lot of people will say, well, if you pick the right team to start with, you won't need to make early subs. Different argument. Circumstances changed only, but I'll always stick up for him for that. He does try and make early changes to try and affect the game. Don't always work, but he does attempt to do them. I've seen after the game Lewis Wings took some right hammer because, he missed that chance at the end. But are we considering that a proper genuine chance at this level of football? Which is FA Cup or not, 2 third division teams scrapping it out. Are we expecting that any better? He's third division player. I was talking to a mate of mine after the game. That's an hard technique, that. I mean, probably the master at that was Zidane. What I call the flamingo kick, on that one leg, tremendous core strength and balance. A third division player, 1 out of 100 times he gets that in. I think he's taking a bit too much hammer for not putting that away. I thought he had a decent game today. I mean, defending's not his forte. That's obvious. He's an attacking midfield player. Still don't think we've seen the best of him in that sense. But we talked about it against Cambridge, and the same thing today. He's missed that chance. He's missed that opportunity. But he's arriving in the box at the right time. He's a midfield player who's getting in the box and getting on the end of things. It's not coming off for him so far. I genuinely think if he gets one, he'll put a little run together, as players tend to do. It just boosts the confidence. But he is making them runs into the box, them support runs into the box. Thought I thought he did quite well at that again today. Not the best defensive player as a midfielder, but you wouldn't expect him to be. What I would say is, though, he's taking all the hammer for that miss. He hooks that one off the line. If he gets that a fraction wrong, that's in the net. Any way it ends up, that's in the net. Does really well to get it away, hooks it off the line. So he's getting hammered. Oh, he's missed that chance. Now we're going to a replay. Wouldn't have been going to a replay anyway if he'd not hooked that one off the line. We're still in the contest, really, because of what he did at the other end of the pitch. So I'll stick up for Lewis Wing there. I think he's done okay today. I think sometimes when people don't go above what people's expectations are all the time, he's just shit. You know. I touched on the Berahino thing earlier. I've been having a look at him. I thought, yeah, he's a young kid, because when he come, I thought, if we can ignite him, that's a player for us. And I've had a look at him, and I'm looking at 28-year-old. In my head, he's still a kid, but 28-year-old, and I've not seen anything yet where I've thought, oh yeah. The odd decent first touch. There were a few against Shrewsbury. I thought, a decent touch. But a lot of the time, I think his passing's been loose. I think he's been shrugged off the ball very easily, and I've not really seen him make any of them runs with the ball that he was making when, okay, admittedly 6-7 years ago, but those runs where he'd get the ball and he'd just drive at a player, I ain't really seen any of that yet. So I am starting to wonder, is he still that same player? I mean, some players peak later on in their careers, 30-year-old. Look at Chris Waddle. I mean, he'd tell you himself. Probably played his best football post 29 years old. Some players are the other way, aren't they? 17, 18, brilliant, and it's a fade away, isn't it? League's littered with him, and I'm just starting to ask that question to myself, is he going to be one of them players? Because I haven't seen anything so far. Hope he does, but so far I haven't seen anything. And today, I thought that was just the missing link of the jigsaw. I think a resolute Wednesday performance, dogged. I mean, it was what it is. It was 2 third division teams playing an FA Cup tie, so it wasn't great on the eye. There were a lot of little battles going off all over the pitch, but it wasn't an entertaining game as such. But I thought Wednesday stuck in it, but it was just that last third of the pitch. There wasn't that cohesion, and I thought, that was part of it. That I don't think Berahino had a very good game at all, and I was slightly surprised. I thought Gregory not starting meant that he was going to be saved for Gillingham. So when I saw he was warming up, and I thought, Darren Moore really wants to win this, I genuinely thought he's going to bring Gregory on and play him with Canberra and try and reignite that partnership that they showed on Saturday, because there were definite signs there of a partnership building. They were both holding up, they were closing down as a pair, there was a link play, Gregory was getting in off Canberra's flicks, and I thought, oh okay, Darren Moore wants to win it, he's going to put him in. When I saw it with Canberra's number that came up, I'm a little bit shocked, I've got to be honest. I was a little bit shocked at that, because I thought of the two, Berahino was the weaker link in the forward line. Big Dom Iorfa. Okay, I put a little 30-second video out yesterday. I'm trying to learn how to do one of them shorts. I bulged it up. But anyway, put a little video out just about something I've heard. I have heard that Iorfa has had an operation on his hip, which is probably going to put him out between 4 and 6 months. I'm not saying it's true. Proof will be put in. We'll see if he appears in the next few weeks. But I've heard that from somebody who I would trust, and I would have no reason to make it up. Maybe that's a question for the press to ask the manager before a Gillingham game. But that's what I've heard. That he's had an operation on his hip, and he's going to be out for a few months. Which is a Wednesday fan. Woody's made the last player I can remember having a hip problem with Kieran Lee, and that was, we nearly ruined the lad. So that's just what I've heard. Other people might know different. If that's the case, fair enough. But I'm just passing on what I've been told. Iorfa's long-term absence really does leave us short at the back, and obviously we'll have to look at that in January. I mean, as it is, we're playing a winger and a right full-back at centre-half for the minute. But it does also raise another question. Sam Hutchinson's last game was on the 9th of October. We're into November, and week by week the press asks the question because he's a popular player, he's been around for a long time, and he's one that the press always ask about. But Sam's doing okay. Sam's training, he's doing okay. 9th of October, we've had bonfire night, we've had Halloween, it'll be Christmas next. Sam's okay, he's doing some training. What does that actually mean? I mean, and with Sam being here for so long, I think it is going to raise that question, is there someone else going off? Because I don't think it's any big secret that there's been fallouts with 2 previous managers. I'm not saying that's the case here, but while ever we don't get any clarity with, oh yeah, he's going to be back in 3 weeks, or oh no, he's going to be out for 4 months. While ever it's yeah, he's about, he's training, while ever that sort of wishy-washy stuff is coming out, then there's always going to be rumours, that there's something going on behind the scenes. So I think a bit of clarity all round on that situation would probably help everybody out and put to bed these rumours. If indeed they are rumours. Well, one other thing from today, Wednesday had got some patches on their arm. They'd actually got sponsors for the shirt sleeves. Apparently it was a one-off for this game, FA Cup game, because it's on telly and it broadcast to the nation. And maybe if we'd put in a thrilling display, they'd have carried it on. But apparently an adhesive company, they produce an adhesive that can stick to any material. Well, I've been doing that. It's called being badly. But yes, to a blanket. I'm going to do a long roundup, but you know what? I think I'll do that in a week. I might pin it on to back at Harrogate Town preview. Anyway, I am off to bed because it is starting to catch up with me. Have a good week. See you on Tuesday night, and we'll look forward to getting back to league action against Gillingham away from these distractions. Have a good one.